You know, there's a lake in Finland just surrounded by these peaceful forests. It looks like it's straight off a postcard. But this beautiful place, it's hiding a really dark secret, a chilling mystery that's haunted the entire country for more than 60 years. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the dark secret of Lake Bodom.
So this is it, Lake Bodom, or if you want to be proper about it, Bodom. It's a really popular spot right outside Helsinki in a city called Espoo. I mean, you can just picture it, right? People coming here to fish, to camp, just to get away from it all. But the name Bodom is now tied to something that's the exact opposite of peaceful.
And that's because this idyllic spot is famous for something much, much darker. It's the site of a horrifying triple murder that has captivated Finland for decades. It's a crime that, to this day, remains one of their most profound and disturbing national mysteries.
Okay, so let's go back. The year is 1960. It's a summer weekend in June, and 4 teenagers decide to head to the shores of Lake Bodom for a camping trip. They pitch their tent, probably filled with all that excitement and that feeling of freedom you have when you're young. They had absolutely no idea that for 3 of them, it would be their last night alive.
It's important we remember their names, you know? These were real kids. In that tent were 2 boys, Nils Gustafsson and Seppo Boisman, and 2 girls, Tuulikki Mäki and Irmeli Björklund. They were all just teenagers, out to have some fun over the summer weekend, a totally normal thing to do. But for Seppo, Tuulikki, and Irmeli, this trip would be their last.
Sometime in those really early hours of June 5th, while they were all asleep, some unknown person or people attacked them. And get this, they attacked them from outside the tent, slashing and bludgeoning them right through the canvas. It was just a complete frenzy of violence.
So just try to picture that for a second. You have 4 kids asleep in their tent,
And by the time the sun rises, 3 of them are dead. And only one, Nils Gustafsson, made it out alive.
For decades, the case just went completely cold. It became Finland's most notorious unsolved crime. You know, the kind of story parents tell their kids to scare them. And then, almost half a century later, the story takes this unbelievable twist. The police reopen the case, and their number 1 suspect? Well, it was the last person anyone ever expected.
I mean, just look at this time gap. It's incredible. The attack happens in 1960. The case goes nowhere. Then, a full 45 years later, in 2005, the sole survivor, Nils Gustafsson, is arrested and actually charged with murdering his 3 friends. You can only imagine how the entire country was just glued to this story.
So the prosecution's theory was that a fight broke out among the teenagers and it just turned deadly. But the defense team, they argued that some unknown outsider did it, and that Nils was a victim just like his friends. And in the end, just a few months after the trial started, the court sided with the defense. Gustafsson was found not guilty on all charges. And just like that, the mystery was right back at square one.
So with the one and only suspect ever charged cleared, the Lake Bodom murders are still officially unsolved. But the story's hold on people, that's never gone away. It's become more than just a cold case file. It's a piece of modern folklore that's woven its way into Finnish culture in some really unexpected ways.
So, how does a 60-year-old unsolved murder stay so relevant? How does it keep such a powerful grip on a whole country? Well, in one very specific, very loud way, it actually became an international phenomenon.
Yeah, believe it or not, one of Finland's most famous and successful metal bands is named Children of Bodom. The band, who actually came from Espoo, where the lake is, took their name directly from this unsolved crime. They basically introduced this chilling piece of Finnish history to a heavy metal audience all over the world.
All right, so let's do a quick recap of this wild story. You've got a brutal triple murder at a campsite back in 1960. There's a lone survivor who, 45 years down the road, gets put on trial for the whole thing and then gets acquitted. The case is, to this day, officially a mystery. And its legacy is so powerful, even inspired the name of a world-famous metal band.
And that leaves us right back where we started, with the one question that has haunted Finland for generations. With the only suspect ever charged, now cleared. Who was the real killer at Lake Bodom on that summer night in 1960? It is a question that, to this day, has no answer.